Hey, public opinion aficionados, it's Mark Mitchell, head pollster of Rasmussen Reports, and really happy to join Gene Valentino at the Grassroots Truthcast today. I support his podcast. Go check it out and subscribe while you're there.
Relationships matter because people buy people, and that's why I buy Eddie Zarin Insurance of the Zarin Insurance Agency in Pensacola, Florida. A family-owned business with over 50 years in the business, and they treat people the right way. From homeowners insurance to contractors insurance, condo insurance, commercial insurance, all the different coverages that are out there, and of course auto insurance, they've got you covered. They worry about you first. You're more than a policy number. You're a person who they're watching out for, not when the sun is shining, but after the hurricane has left. If you want real service with real savings, contact Eddie Zarin at the Eddie Zarin Insurance Agency. www.zarininsurance.com. Give them a call today. You'll be glad you did when you do.
Now, let me see. Something sweet, something mellow. I like to listen to Gene Valentino.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. It is hammer time. Let me tell you, it is hammer time. And Gene Valentino is with us. He's holding up, Ted. You can't see it because you're not on Zoom with us, but he's holding up his little thing that he made that has him holding a hammer, a big sledgehammer, and it says it's hammer time. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning, gentlemen. No, this was made by one of our favorite listeners who was who actually came up with the name.
Right. He sent me that, and I sent it to you. That's right.
You did.
That's right. That's our buddy Dave. Our buddy David did that.
Oh, wow. Well, we'd love to have him back sometime. Talk to him about some of the issues. He, like many, have been loyal listeners for many years. We've been on the air here.
Yeah, well, we've been on the air. Ted and I have been on the air over a decade, but you and I, for about 5 years, I think we've been doing this.
Just over 5 years now.
Yeah, that's a long time. So, there's a lot of things going on. We've got an imminent shutdown. I talked to one of our congressmen last night. In fact, after you today, we're having Congressman Guest on from the 3rd District. And pretty much going to be a shutdown, but it's only going to affect DHS, which is unfortunate because DHS also has FEMA, and FEMA is in the middle of a terrible ice storm recovery. And so, that could impact folks here in the United States throughout the entire eastern part of the United States who went through all of this, a few weeks ago. But in any case, that's going to happen probably, and I don't know what's going to break the vote in the Senate to get folks to fund DHS. But otherwise, the government will be functioning properly because all of the other agencies have been funded. But in any case, there were some. I think you wanted to talk about some of the hearings yesterday in Congress, and why don't you just go ahead and start out with that?
Well, yeah, when Congressman Guest comes on, I'm sure he'll add more of the same. But boy, it really makes me feel sad that when your parents and grandparents suggested you run for office, that it was an honor and a privilege. Now it's a bloodbath of bad behavior and discontent. You leave the job looking grayer and older, not because you worked hard, but because your anxiety went through the roof for 4 to 6 years, whatever you were in for, to try to accomplish something that you promised the citizens. Instead, there's messaging out there that Republicans or Democrats have been mismanaging our government with layers of corruption, partisan attacks emanating out of the Democrats more than the Republicans are showing their ugly side now. I mean, Tom Cotton, a diminutive kind of guy with a soft-spoken manner and a polite manner, along with Senator Ron Johnson, both of them taking on the adversary caustic vitriol of a guy by the name of Attorney General Keith Ellison. They think they can get away with murder. They come into these hearings. If the representative or the senator has, let's say, a 5-minute slot to get his time out, if he's an adversary in a wrongdoing, he'll tie up the full 5 minutes with accusations and never allow you to answer a question. He'll come at you to disparage you and to make you feel small and hurtful. He'll try to send you back home to your hometown, wherever you came from, and make you feel like you're a convicted felon, for crying out loud. And on the other hand, if you've got something important to say, you may not have the chance to say it. So here's Tom Cotton, and here's Ron Johnson grilling Keith Ellison, Attorney General in Minnesota, asking a simple question. Did you take money from people who came into your office complaining about the nature of ICE and the way the investigations were going up there? Are you part and parcel of a scheme involved in the illegal immigrants that are now finding their way through a funding mechanism, a conspiracy of funding that, frankly, they don't want revealed through the tax base of the state or the nation, or both? And as a result, you find that the very hearing itself is a sideshow for the 6 o'clock news, and is not what it's supposed to be, a precursor to create background information for legislation, or a precursor to take it over to the DOJ, the Attorney General's office, and get charges filed against the alleged wrongdoer. In the case of Keith Ellison, he did receive money. He did protect wrongdoing. And now he is flaunting with a caustic attitude on his face, which is why you heard Ron Johnson say in the news, yeah, go ahead, sit there and keep on smirking, you know what. And he was saying that right on national TV. And there's the Attorney General for the state of Minnesota acting like a snot-nosed kid that thinking he just bullied someone on the basketball court and got away with it. I mean, what the hell is going on with the elected officials of this nation? Ask Mr. Guest that question, please. I wished I could, because every day he must be dealing with crap like this that compromises his ability to get things done for you and me. It's not what the system was designed to be. It was not what he was elected to do. And I feel bad for Mr. Guest in particular, because he's a great guy, and I hope he does have a longer career in politics coming out of Mississippi. But it's all over the place. It's not just Mississippi. Michael, we have to do something immediate and radical. I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times, and I hate having to do it because I don't like it. It's a constitutional amendment. I hate even bringing it up because you get all the objections to it. But there's no other remedy unless you initiate another era of civil war to take these people out physically with arms. That's why you hear the crazies talking about rising up, pull your arms out of the closet, and let's take these people down. Well, that's crazy talk. We should be able to remedy the situation through a system that was designed with remedies built into it. And that's
Exactly.
where I have a problem with what's going on right now.
Well, Keith Ellison has got his own worries, and of course they are investigating him for taking money, and a quid pro quo, I guess, is basically what is going on there. I'll not investigate anything to do with you if I get the votes that I need to get in office. And they provided the votes for him, and obviously we know that he got campaign contributions.
Oh yeah. Or if I get a campaign contribution from you for my next reelection, we'll find a way of looking the other way.
Well, we know in Minnesota, for example, that there has been epic amount of fraud that has happened. You saw the Leering Center. You know, they couldn't even spell learning, and it looks like leering, and yet, you know, he has the kahunas to go to Congress and act like he's done nothing wrong.
It makes it difficult for good, honorable people. I didn't want to believe it when I first heard it, when you heard congressmen saying, that's it, I've had enough of this, I'm getting out, going back to my private life.
And there are a lot that are, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, before you say why, go stand in his shoes for a day or two and you'll know quickly. Hey, I'm reading a book right now, I'll share with you. Peter Schweitzer, best-selling New York Times author, writing the book, The Invisible Coup. The Invisible Coup. You can see 5 prominent figures on it. He's saying our debates about immigration revolve around what happens with immigrants once they arrive. We need to start talking about who is sending them to us and why. For decades, establishment elites sold us the story of immigration as a compassionate renewal of the American dream within a harmonious melting pot. But the story goes much deeper. The invisible coup is here, the names, the money, the machine, all exposed for the first time. He talks about Mexico's election plot unmasked, Mexico's 50-plus consulates running shadow campaigns to sway U.S. elections. One country, 50 consulates in the United States. He talks about the Chinese Communist Party spy dollars spigot exposed, the U.S. visa program designed by Chinese spy that lets Beijing pour tens of millions of dollars into the elections. I bring this to your attention because the third topic in this is the President of the United States foreign voter trick revealed, how 3 American presidents minted unvetted instant citizens, including criminals, to stack the voter rolls. We have a cancer from within that's being perpetrated against us at several different sides at the same time. We can talk about Trump and all the things going on nationwide, his 6 or 7 parallel paths he's been on the last 13 months. But one that sticks out is the disruption of the Constitution from within the United States. The ability for these foreign adversaries to manipulate and crumble the things that you and I learned in the beauty of our social studies class and history class back in junior high or middle school. We learned about so many beautiful things about our Constitution, its meaning and what it stood for, only to find current actors doing everything from within to take it down. The issue yesterday with Tom Cotton, Senator Cotton, and Ron Johnson is but a tip of the iceberg of hostility, of anger that they feel toward the hostility coming out of the Democrat left adversaries like this Keith Ellison.
You know, you talk about the consulates. I mean, 51 or 2 consulates in the United States. And what you didn't mention is, I think in that same book, because I saw Peter Schweitzer the other night on one of the news shows, and I think also that there are representatives for the Mexican government that actually live in the United States. I'm talking about voting members of the Mexican Congress or whatever they call it, that live in the United States and represent people who live in the United States, Mexicans who live in the United States. What in the hell is going on?
So let's make Mexico the 51st state. That means they can stay right where they are in Mexico, pay their American taxes like you and me, enjoy the privileges America has to offer without invading the country. We get to pick who's a good guy and who's a bad guy and arrest them more regularly because we have law enforcement in that 51st state.
And crush the cartels.
And crush those guys the way the J. Edgar Hoover folks did against the mafia and the cartels in New York at the time.
All right. Gene, we're out of time. Thank you so much for joining us.
No
See
way.
you next week. Take care.
Relationships matter because people buy people, and that's why I buy Eddie Zarin Insurance of the Zarin Insurance Agency in Pensacola, Florida. A family-owned business with over 50 years in the business, and they treat people the right way. From homeowners insurance to contractors insurance, condo insurance, commercial insurance, all the different coverages that are out there, and of course auto insurance, they've got you covered. They worry about you first. You're more than a policy number. You're a person who they're watching out for, not when the sun is shining, but after the hurricane has left. If you want real service with real savings, contact Eddie Zarin at the Eddie Zarin Insurance Agency. www.zarininsurance.com. Give them a call today. You'll be glad you did when you do.